What is up, friends? So let's talk about nostalgia. This last commission that I did certainly brought me back to when I was a kid. And when I was a kid, there was a movie called American Graffiti. Some of you may have heard of it, some of you may have not. Anyways, there was a bright yellow 32 coupe that was in there, and it was John Milner. It was his ride in the movie, and it was supposed to be the fastest thing in the valley. And that movie, for me, like, I mean, my eyes were glued on it. You know, like that at the time, like the movie didn't really like capture my attention so much as the cars. And you know, I mean, if you were a kid and you watched that movie, like you're probably the same way too. Like just all the cars in it were just awesome, and they were like cruising around, you know, in the gut and doing all that. Just what kids, you know, used to do back in the day. Probably still do. I don't know. I'm old. But so, anyways, like it's just a car that I had on my list to do, like just for me. And I don't get to do personal work really at all, because it takes a lot of time, and I don't have a whole lot of time in between clients. So a guy that I know actually kind of from high school back in the day, Shawn Anderson, he always like cruised around and like he had a Ford and like a T-Bucket Roadster, or not T-Bucket Roadster, it was like a bucket cab hot rod. I always remember those back in the day, and actually I've drawn them, you know, a couple years ago. But he wanted another piece done, except it was Ford, his pickup. But then like he started building actually a tribute to a Milners Coupe. And he was like, well, I'm toying around with this, you know, and it's like, I'm all for it. You know, two birds, one stone for me. So, yeah, as he's building it, man, I was just getting excited. And time finally came, man, and got some pictures of it me and just started doing it up. And for me, like, it was really fun for me. And just kind of show you guys, have a little slowed down version of the time-lapse footage of it, and maybe go over a few things. And it incorporated one of those colors that I just have lots of trouble with personally, and that's yellow. And obviously it's really bright yellow, so you know, you'll see it in the time-lapse footage. But just one of those colors, man, that it's hard to draw and hard to replicate. So, but yeah, man, it was awesome for me. Hopefully you guys like it, you know. Actually I got it done, and there's some prints that I have available. So if you guys are interested in prints of it, you know, you can catch it on my website. I'll post the link below. And yeah, enjoy the time-lapse footage. thanks for everybody's support. If you get value out of any of my videos, just hit the subscribe button, like, comment, and share. And I'll have more videos coming up. I'm not sure what I'm going to do quite just yet, but hopefully have something more for you guys. So thank you. Till next time.
We got to close it out. That's it for the Wolfman Jack Show for tonight. Be back again tomorrow night. Bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, gonna suck it to you tomorrow, baby.